What's up? Patrick LaRouge here. You can find me at livepainfreeprocess.com. I'm the creator of the Live Pain Free Process, and I designed this process to give people the tools needed to eliminate pain and live and move pain-free. It gives people the tools to eliminate things physically, mentally, and emotionally, and it gets the body to truly work more efficient, and the pain just drops away, and you actually become more and more empowered. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you about today is what I have, the Live Pain Free Process, it runs a spectrum of so many different things. And I'm here outside about to do my morning tapping, my morning meditation to give you a glimpse about what E.F.T is. Now, where I place E.F.T within my whole process is there's structures within the whole thing. There's a physical structure, there's a mental function, and there's emotional function. I'm doing things in all realms. But when there's a glitch inside that emotional or that mental aspect, I have to pull that out. And one of the very first things I start to teach people is every issue that you have has a root stuck in the emotion. Whenever anything comes into you, you're going to have an emotion towards it. The more you have a recognition and you understand that emotion, the more you have control, which is an illusion all in itself, but you have some power on cleaning that up. I use E.F.T to pull that root out and go through. So you have to understand the emotions are the root of everything. And once you start to understand that, you start to understand that something else is governing you. So I have a process that teaches you how to talk to your inner child. Everyone understands that, you have your inner child and you understand that. But what we don't recognize is your inner child has been upset because we don't let it speak all the time. So just like any child, they get upset and they turn around and they don't want to talk to you. And they leave you, don't talk to me. Or they mumble underneath their breath, and they're small. And when we see a child upset now, we talk to the child. We get the child to be okay and understand what's happening. We stop doing that as we start aging, so the child stays turned around. And eventually, we say, you know what? We're going to move. We're going to process. We're going to go forward. So we go forward, and we're going to challenge. We're going to fight. We're going to do what we have to do to make it to our goal. But what we don't recognize is that child has a bigger driver, has a harder, a stronger personality, let's call it. And what's going to happen is you're going to take 2 steps forward, and that kid's going to take 2 steps forward, and what's going to happen? You're going to move backwards. And I think this is where the concept of I take 2 steps forward, 2 steps back comes from, because you're always being pulled in both directions, because you have never turned that child around. This is what E.F.T is going to do. And if you don't know what E.F.T is, it's the emotion freedom technique. And it's very, very powerful, and it does some great things instantaneously. It brings your fight or flight mechanism down because it taps into your energetic aspect of your body. So what you have to realize is there's meridian systems that run through your body, and when you're going through the world and you're going through different things and you're talking with people and you're experiencing things, these systems flow in a fluid manner, energetically speaking. And when you encounter something that doesn't bode well with you, or it's a challenge for you, or you're scared of it, or you're very, very excited about it, the system won't flow very smoothly. It's going to glitch. It's going to be shaky. It's going to be chaotic in that way. What tapping is going to do is that percussion aspect of you tapping on these meridians, which is just tapping on the beginnings and the edge of the meridians, gets these things to calm down, to settle, to flow smoothly. So what happens is, as you start to hit, your fight or flight mechanism goes up, which then pulls blood from the front part of your brain to your amygdala, starts to go crazy. Then tapping brings that back down, so brain starts to go to the front part of your brain again, and you're able to process things better. You're able to think better. You're able to see things clearly, because that's what the frontal lobe does. It processes all this information. It gives you different options. It gives you more solutions. It gives you all different ways of dealing with things, because it's a problem-solving device. So what happens when we start freaking out? We go into fight or flight. We don't see things clearly. So we have to understand that the meridian system is very, very important to you, and clearing up the meridians, again, the meridians to process clearly gets you to heal anything. It gets you to think about what happens in the world and why the things are happening to you. So you're going to be tapping on these ends of these beginnings and ends of these meridians that I showed you before, and it's going to be specific spots. There's a lot of videos out there that show you aspects of tapping. They're going to show you that there's tapping point in the beginning of the eye, outside of the eye, top underneath the eye, but a lot of people hit the collar, the eye bone. It's actually right above the eye. Like, you know how you go, you want to go outside the eye. There's a little groove there. Every point has a little groove, right? Here, here, and here. Underneath the nose, underneath the mouth. Between the collarbone and sternum. Collarbone, sternum, underneath the armpit where the bra would lie, or then the tips of each of your fingers. So you're going to be hitting the outside of each nail. Outside of each nail. And there's the points. Now, every point is going to have a slight zing to it. So as you tap on them, you're going to zing them, and you're going to feel it, right? You're going to feel all these aspects of what the ends of the meridian. So it's going to have a sensation to it. It's not a beating sensation. You're not really hitting yourself here. This is just tapping. And it's something you can do hidden. And it's going to have a lot of different aspects of clearing out different things. So each point represents something else. But in all, what you need to do is get yourself to talk about it. So where a lot of EFT practitioners, they go through different scripts for fixing different things, the way that I spin it, the way that I see it in my head is I want you to talk to that inner child. So I do it not as a script, but more of a dialogue when I do it for myself. Today, we're just going to go through something where it's very relatively simple, and it's going to help you open up your breath. And something everyone can use, everyone can utilize, and we all can use it because we hold things in our ribcage. We compress what's happening here. So we're just going to go through something really easy. The beginning part that you're always going to be using is in this point area here. Ooh, what's going on here? We're going to understand that this area here is called your karate chop point. This area here is going to get you to get that little girl to turn around. That's it. It's almost like tapping her on the shoulder and saying, or her or him on the shoulder and say, you know what? Can you listen to me for a second? And as you just tap on it, you're just going to be saying what's going on.
Okay, we're going to do some tapping now on the concept of opening your breath and breath work on its own. Now, what you have to remember is whenever you start tapping, you want to start with a tracking mechanism. Where do you feel? How do you feel before? How well does an area, in this case, we're working with breathing, how well are you breathing? You want to rate it 1 to 10, so on and so forth, so you know everything is progressing. So I want you to take a deep breath and see what's happening here, because what we're going to be doing is tapping on the concept of getting a deeper breath. And with everything that I do, I want you to start realizing you're tapping on getting your inner child, yourself, to come out and start talking and to believe in itself and to want to change its ways. So just like you would talk with a child, I want you to talk to yourself. Whenever we tap together, whenever I tap with a client, it's not about gaining a sequence of events, a script of reading something over. It's about talking to yourself. So the more times you can actually use your own words, feel what's going on, and actually speak to yourself, the better this will come out. So I want you to, if I say something that doesn't feel right to you, change it into your own words. Whenever you're tapping on your own, talk like you're talking to your 2-year-old child. Talk to your child that you have, your inner self. That's what we want to do. So let's just start really easy. Remember, it's just a karate chop point, and all we're going to do is just talk to ourselves. So we're talking about the concept of I can't take a deep breath. I need to break my fight or flight mechanism. I need to get my body to start allowing more breath in. So even though I'm having trouble taking a deep breath in, I just truly love and accept myself. even though that I'm feel really constricted within my breathing. And it could be for any reason, emotional, mental, physical. I'm having trouble with planning. I'm having trouble doing something for work. It could be anything that's bothering me right now. I still love and accept myself. Even though that there's some emotions that I'm dealing with right now that I just can't get a handle on, and it's constricting my breath. And I don't know what to do. I feel scared. I feel worried. And I just can't take a deep breath. I still love and accept myself. And even though, I tried everything and I've done things before, and now I'm trying tapping. Everything else didn't work. But you know what? I'm going to try and give this a try and open up my breath because it's really constricted. And I'm really, really torn and I don't know what to do. I do this because I really love myself. I do this because I don't know where else to turn, but the answer is within me. I do know the answer is within me. I just have to find it. And I'm going to prove it to myself because I'm going to be able to take a deep breath. I'm going to be able to feel comfortable within myself because I love and accept myself. So shake that out. So now you started talking with your child, your inner child. Now you're starting to get a little bit more comfortable. You might feel some tingling sensations throughout your body. Now you're going to tap on the points in itself, and you're just going to say, all this constriction in my rib cage, all this constriction in my chest. I can't take a deep breath. It feels really hard to take a deep breath into my belly. My belly just doesn't open. All this emotion that's stopping me from breathing. I'm having trouble at work. I'm having trouble within my life. Emotionally, I just don't know what to do. And it's stopping me from breathing. This problem that I'm having, this issue that I'm having, is stopping me from taking a deep cleansing breath. I just can't take a deep breath. I don't know what else to do. I feel myself panicking. So I release all this emotion. I release all these thoughts that's keeping me in this constricted state. I just want to breathe again. I want to open my breath. I want to feel comfortable breathing. I want to feel good when I take a deep breath with a smile. Going to our hand points now. So even though I can't take this deep breath, and now I'm starting to take this deep breath, I'm going to feel good and excited. I'm going to feel clear about whatever's blocking me in the first place that's stopping me from taking a deep breath. I feel good about taking this deep breath. It's comfortable to breathe again. Thank you for allowing me to breathe again. And shake it out again. And then take note on what you feel, how you feel, and how exuberant you feel. That was just a quick round on what you need to do to eliminate that constriction in your chest before you start doing anything else. Something like this took maybe a minute, minute and a half. And now I'm able to breathe so much better than where I was. I feel so much more comfortable. Now, if it didn't really take and you went from a 7 to a 5, keep on going till you get under 3. And that's when your body's going to really start going. So keep this up, keep on going, start learning how to talk to your inner child and tap away. Hopefully this helped, and see you on the next side. Bye.